4K front recording, 4K rear recording, Starvis 2 sensor built in. Déjà vu? Before you say, no Dirk, not again, the previous dashcam that you just reviewed had the same specs on paper, but a really poor image quality, I can promise you it's worth watching the video because this one, the GKU E200, is different. Hi friends, Dirk here. I already installed this in the car, and as you can see, the design is so much slimmer, it's so different. In this video, we'll take a quick look at the unboxing, the installation, the app, and I'll show you footage by day as well as by night. For permanent installation, the GKU E200 is available with a hardwire kit. The first thing we see when we open the box is the manual and a clear instruction sheet on how to connect the cables. Electrostatic films are included as a first layer. The boxes are very well labeled and show you exactly what you will find inside. We get a tool for cable management, the power adapter with power cable, extra adhesive pads in case you want to reinstall your dashcam, and hooks for cable management. I like the fact that the power adapter has a USB power pass-through, so you can connect other devices as well. In this package we get a very long USB-C to USB-C cable to connect the rear camera to the front dashcam, and of course the rear camera is also included. It is rotatable. Also on our main camera is a protection film over the lens that you need to peel off. And there's another protection film over the display. The installation bracket is rotatable, and this is where you would plug in the power. On top of the dashcam is the USB-C port for the rear camera. With the press of the button underneath the microSD card you can lock your footage. GKU is not going cheap on us, a 128 GB microSD card is included. And the button underneath is the view button. The first thing I do is to apply a little electrostatic strip as a basic layer, before I peel off the protection film of the 3M tape and press the rear camera against it. The rear camera is rotatable and you should adjust it so that you don't film the sky instead of the street. What I noticed on this model is that the USB-C port points to the left side. If you do that, it is directly in the correct orientation. If you installed it in the other direction, that's not a problem. You can flip the rear camera view in the mobile app. See the heating strips on my rear window? This is always a problem, and we'll get to this once we review the footage. All we need to do now is to connect the USB-C cable to the rear camera and route it to the front. Also on the windshield I start with an electrostatic layer. Next I plug in the power cord, and secondly the cable for the rear view camera. Once this is done, I remove the protection film from the 3M tape and press the dashcam against my electrostatic layer. I rotate the camera to get the right angle, and now I route the cables over my mirror and my sun visor to have them out of the way. The label on the USB-C cable bothered me, so I cut it off. Here I'm powering it on for the very first time.
Start recording.
You need to operate it from your app. And what I really love about this, and this is a big thumbs up to GKU, the app works without requirements or the need of you registering, without you having to give out your personal information about you, yourself, your email, your car. You just download the app, the GKU Go, connect it to the Wi-Fi of your phone, and you're good to go. And this is the right way to get things done. I love it. In your phone Wi-Fi settings, connect to the GKU E200 network and type in the top secret passcode 12345678. Once connected to the network, you can simply add your camera in the GKU Go app. Tapping on Settings, the menu is easy to understand and straightforward. I enabled 5G Wi-Fi for a stable and fast transmission of the footage. That requires a reconnection of the camera, but that's an easy task. It's a simple tap and you can switch to the rear view. And now I'd like to show you footage front and rear recording in 4K by day. And here you can see the problem with my heating stripes that go across my rear window. They create a blurry line. But like I said, that's not an issue of the dashcam, that's really because of my rear window design. To check on image quality, you can pause the video anytime and pixel peep if you like. And now it's time for me to show you footage by night, again front and rear in 4K. To determine if this is the right quality for you, feel free to pause the video at any time. In regards to the files, front and rear record in 4K with 30 frames per second, which is perfect because it's very easy to line up those files. The file format, however, is a bit odd. It is in TS format. Most media players cannot play back these files. Even my professional video editing program is not capable of playing back or working with those files, so I have to convert them into something normal like an MP4 or MOV file, and this can be done with Shutter Encoder. Shutter Encoder is a free tool. If you want to format video files, this is a great way to do it. I'll leave a link in the description below. Now that you've seen the review, what are your thoughts on the GKU E200? Is this the right dash cam for you? And by the way, yes, it even comes with an hardwire kit. So if you want to permanently install it in your car, you can. Let me know your thoughts. Also, if you have questions or suggestions in the comments below, I'll definitely respond. Till the next time, stay safe, stay tuned and take care. Bye for now. And Happy New Year!